Welcome to Ghouls Night Out with your hostesses, Brandy and Jody. Hello, beautiful ghouls. Welcome. This is Brandy. I am here with my sister, Jody.
Hello.
So we got an update from Chris on her ghost.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read that real quick and then get into some embarrassing moments. She actually wrote in one of those too. So she says, an update on the ghost. Just when I thought it was gone, sad face. Last week I woke up in the middle of the night around 2 to 2:30 a.m. and when I sat up to take a sip of water, I saw a circle of blue light glowing in my bathroom. Of course I shut my eyes and reopened to adjust, and there it is, and it just slowly fades away. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, my bathroom is on the second floor and in the middle of the house, so if a car was driving down the side street, there is no way it could shine into my bathroom. My heart was racing, and I'm like, what the fuck? So, of course, I'm like, nope, and need to move forward as instructed by the minister of the pagan community and put a rose quartz crystal behind the shower wall. Thank God I bought one when we went to the Oddities and Curiosities outing, which she did, and she bought some sage, too.
Yeah.
So I take the crystal, kiss it, and say out loud, look, I'm sorry that you're hurting, and I'm sorry that we took down your cards, and I drop the crystal behind the wall. So a week goes by, and I think, okay, it worked, yay. But nope, a couple of days ago, I was getting ready for work. It was a beautiful morning, so no rain in the forecast or anything that would scare the dogs. Xena comes in the room and jumps on the bed, and then all of a sudden starts shaking. She jumps off the bed and is scared. I'm like, what the hell? I go into the closet to get my clothes, and she follows me in there and continues to shake. I've never seen her shake like this. She leaves me and is trying to squeeze in between Jim's legs and the sink, and I'm like, stop scaring my dog. Well, within seconds, Xena stopped shaking and went on her way. It's been a few days and nothing more, but of course I will keep you posted. So that's creepy.
Yeah.
And you know that if the dog is responding to something's there. I mean, they don't just do that for no reason.
No.
So that's pretty fucking creepy. She also sent in an embarrassing moment, which is fucking fantastic. One Saturday, my sister and I go shopping, and at that particular morning, my stomach was a mess, and I had to keep stopping to use the bathroom. So we are in Kohl's, and it hits me. Oh, shit. So I go running to find the bathroom, and I see my sister. I run up behind her, slap her on the ass hard, and whisper, I have to take another shit. The horror on this poor lady's face. She turns around and says, excuse me? Oh my God, it wasn't my sister. I'm like, oh my God, and I couldn't stop laughing. Love you girls. Cheers. Hope you're enjoying the margaritas.
Oh, yes, I am.
She says, also, listeners, please write in and share your stories. It's so easy, and keep telling your friends and family about Ghouls Night Out. So,
Hey.
yes, keep doing that. You can write us at any time, Ghouls Night Out Podcast at gmail.com. Yes, anything,
I'm
please.
sorry. I'm being sarcastic. No, I'm not sorry. Write us in.
Yeah. Please, any story. We want to hear it. Goalsnightoutpodcast at gmail.com. We all want to hear it. Anything. Even if you think it's stupid, it's probably not. Okay, so I have embarrassing moments. I actually don't have one for the week. So yay me.
I don't think I do either. Nope.
Good. Okay, good deal. My first one, I once told a class full of high schoolers, I was the teacher, that I always cry my balls out at the end of a certain movie. That's a mix between bawl your eyes out and cry your eyes out. I still hear about it from younger siblings. Aw. Man, I cry my balls out too. A woman in line behind me told me I had a sticker on my butt. It was from the shirt I had tried on, and it said soft and cozy. I meant to ask the mother-to-be acquaintance if she knew the sex of the baby. Instead, I said, do you know if it's going to be a baby? Yeah. All signs point to yes, so all right. Human and all. Okay. Watching TV show starring a recently deceased actor, I said he must have made this before he died. My family still teases me about it.
Really? No way. People always say stupid stuff like that.
I know, it's hilarious. I saw a high school coach wearing a suit. I've never seen him in non-gym gear before. Me, you look so different with clothes on.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, that'd be so embarrassing. I would die. We had a product launch, and the vice president pushes out a voicemail. She was awesome delivering this very exciting news in a very professional tone and nailed it. Until the end, where she said, "This is obviously terrific news, and I thank you for all your contributions to our company. Love you, bye." She must have realized what she did, because right before the dial tone came on, you heard her go, "Ah!"
I think we talked about that before. Were you accidentally on a work phone call and you're like, "Love you." Oh, shit.
No, I don't. I mean, okay, bye. I'm going to go die now. I commented at a dinner about one of the cheeses. It was delicious and so smooth. It was almost buttery. It was butter.
I don't know why this tastes like butter.
Oh my god, it's butter. I showed my male boss a gift idea and asked, "If you were a man, would you like this?" So embarrassing. A chance meeting with an esteemed conference presenter. I approached, shook his hand, and said, I recognized you by your face." Like, okay, great. Thanks.
How else would you recognize me?
Oh, God. A chair at work has wheels. I leaned over to get a pin on the floor. The chair shot out behind me, and I face planted into the desk and got a black eye.
Aww.
That would be embarrassing.
That sucks.
I once ran up behind my sister, whom I joke around with all the time. Oh my gosh. This sounds like Chris's.
Oh, what does it say?
And spanked her on the ass, saying, "Move along, big butt." Some strange woman whirled around and stared at me, mouth agape. She was not my sister. I shouted much too loudly, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else," and ran away.
That is almost just like Chris's. That's funny. So, see, Chris, that happens way more often than you think.
It happens. Although she did say, "I gotta take a shit," which is even worse.
No, I think telling someone they have a big butt is worse.
That's true. "Move along, big butt," she said.
She's lucky they didn't turn around and start swinging.
Oh, God. Okay, next one. I thought I was stuck in the elevator. Security came to get me out, and I realized it wasn't moving because I never pressed any floor button.
Why is this taking so long?
That would so be me. Be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Get all pissed. And it was totally me the whole time.
I've done stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, embarrassing. I asked to borrow a gym phone because the key fob died and I was locked out of my car. I was told, "This is still a key." Me, question mark. He had to mime using a key. So the key fob was her key. The key fob didn't work, but she could still use her key.
Oh.
And he had to mime key.
I can't use anything without buttons, though.
The buttons don't work, so the key can't work, right? I used to know roommates named Paco and Tony. I cannot tell you how many times I introduced them as Taco and Pony.
That would be very easy to do.
Yes, and hilarious.
This is Taco.
And Pony.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. At a funeral for a friend's mom, friend, thank you for being there. Me, glad to be here. Wait, oh God. Again, it doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah.
Hubby to a guy at Walmart. Awesome beard, man. No shave November. Him, nope, just Mennonite. He was wearing a straw hat and everything. Be like, oh my God, honey, just go.
No, don't say nothing. Just kind of ease away.
Oh yeah, I don't know this guy.
I don't know who this is. Quit being rude, stranger.
Okay, next one. The handsomest man I've ever seen once sat down next to me and said hi. I responded with, I'm eating a Tootsie Roll. He left.
Aww.
I had on a strapless maxi dress with a jacket at work. I stood up. The dress stayed stuck under the wheel of my chair. Just me and my skivvies. Oh my God, that is a nightmare.
I would never wear anything like that.
No, just because of that, that might happen.
Yes, and I don't have nothing to hold it up anyway, so it would happen.
That would be horrible. Especially if you work like with a bunch of people or something. Oh my God, I would die. Next one, I sent the following text about my Hispanic landlord to not my roommate. Jesus is coming at 10. Be awake and have clothes on. It would really be Jesus.
Yes.
I ended a supposedly professional work email to Alcoholics Anonymous with cheers, Sarah.
Oops.
Next one, I was asked by a distant relative what I do. I proudly exclaimed, I are a teacher.
That's bad.
Oh my gosh, okay. Next one, sandwich shop cashier. What's your name? Me, I have a boyfriend. Cashier, it's for the sandwich.
Oh my gosh, that would be horrible.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, next one, bought preparation H for the under eye bags. Told the clerk she didn't need to bag it because I was going to use it in the car. She's probably like, oh my God, I don't care. I walked up to a baby holding stranger, thinking it was my sister, at my daughter's soccer game, and said, give me the baby. And my last one, the director of my play asked the audience to turn off their phones and vibrators instead of setting their phones to vibrate. To a whole auditorium, that would suck. Which Tyrion just did that.
Yes,
That's
she
funny.
did. That was funny.
She said her vibrator was off, and she's 10. Those were my embarrassing moments for the week.
Okay. All right. This week I did Ghosts of New Hampshire.
Okay.
Alton Town Hall. There has been a variety of paranormal activity reported in the old building, including heavy footsteps when nobody is there, doors opening on their own, disembodied voices, and furniture that moves around by itself.
Oh my gosh. It was like all my favorite ghost things.
Yeah. Well, not in real life.
Well, no, I don't want to. I want to see other people experience.
Yeah. Do not do it in my house.
No.
I will freak out. Amos J. Blake House Museum. Considering the fact that there are apparently 11 ghosts plus a phantom cat that call the Amos J. Blake House home, it is safe to say that it is most definitely qualifies as one of the most haunted places in the state. The house was built in 1837 and has featured on some popular paranormal television shows. Staff at the museum say that they often feel as though they are not alone, and that there have been several reports of unexplained sounds, disembodied voices, and even ectoplasm.
Ooh, that's a new one.
That's a new one. I don't know how I feel about ectoplasm.
Well, I mean, when it actually came about, it was totally fake.
Yeah. So
So what the fuck is it?
But
But the thing that gets me is when they say that babies some are born with like a film over them.
Yeah.
And they seem to usually develop special powers or gifts or whatever you want to call them later on in life. The babies with the film over them.
I've never heard that before.
Really?
Yeah.
Our sister had that film over her.
Really?
When she was born.
Sees ghosts.
I don't know. Wish we could talk to her and ask her. That would be great.
Yeah.
Anyway.
University of New Hampshire. The University of New Hampshire is said to have a female spirit that roams the halls during the night. She is most often reported in Smith Hall and Tea Hall, where she manifests as a lady in white who visits students while they sleep. Several students have claimed to hear phantom footsteps and then a feeling that they were no longer alone. She has also been seen on a number of occasions. Nobody is quite sure who the lady is or why she may be haunting the dorm rooms.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Usually people have some sort of an idea.
Or make up one.
Exactly.
Ocean-born Mary House. That's a weird name. Ocean-born Mary House is said to be haunted by a woman named Mary who has fiery red hair and green eyes. It is said that she appears in one of the upstairs windows, and she has also been seen on the house's main staircase when people enter the building. Mary was a lady who lived in the house and was widowed at a young age. This may seem like nothing out of the ordinary until you learn that Mary was the one who found the body of her murdered husband and then chose to bury him under the hearthstone in their kitchen.
Oh.
No wonder this place is haunted. Mary sounds like she could be very creepy indeed, but those who have encountered her say that the feeling they get is that she is simply there to guard and protect her home. Why would you bury somebody in your house?
I don't know. Did they say what year?
No.
Because depending on the year, that may have been totally normal. Who knows? We've found freaking babies in the walls before.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, we haven't.
Well, we talked about people finding babies. We have not found any babies. I would like to clarify that.
Not want to find any babies, please.
No, we're good with not finding babies. But again, we want everyone to experience it and then tell us all about it.
Kimball Castle. Even just glancing at the ruins of Kimball Castle in Guilford, it is easy to see how it could be considered to be one of the most haunted locations in New Hampshire. Even before you step inside it, it just has a creepy aura surrounding it that is apparent immediately on first sight. Some of the unexplained phenomena that has been reported at Kimball Castle includes loud, unexplained noises, lights turning on and off by themselves, and a couple of antique clocks which were long since dead that have suddenly decided to start working again.
Ooh, that's weird.
The presence in the castle is decidedly unwelcoming, and it is apparent that someone or something wants to be left alone there. Didn't they say it was in ruins? But then they're talking about lights coming on and off and antique clocks.
Maybe that was before, like when it was still...
I don't know.
know.
The Chase House. The Chase House in Portsmouth. That's that word I cannot say.
I think that's right. Portsmouth.
Okay. Because it looks like Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Was built as a home for orphan children, and in time it was a children's home as appointed by the court. As you can probably imagine, it has some spooky tales to tell regarding the ghosts of children, but it is a little bit more horrific than you might imagine. The ghosts here are not of tragic children who died due to illness or accident, but rather the tortured soul of a youngster who took her own life. It has been said that a young girl who was living in the children's home hanged herself in the bedroom, and to this day residents say that they sometimes see her ghostly figure in the hallway.
No.
However, worse than that are the reports that she is often heard screaming from inside the room in which she died. She has also been known to unlock doors and turn the electricity on and off. Chase House is without a doubt one of the most haunted houses in New Hampshire.
That is so tragic and sad.
That is sad.
Any child that young
Yeah.
committing suicide, what is that? And you hear about these kids these days getting bullied and killing themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, where do they even come up with that? They're too young to know,
Well, now, especially nowadays,
Well,
kids
yeah.
know a lot more than they should know
Absolutely.
because of, TV and stuff. Internet, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, but someone that young back then,
Yeah.
that is awful.
Pine Hill Cemetery. Pine Hill Cemetery has a nickname that hints at its dark history. The locals know it as Blood Cemetery. There are more than 300 gravestones dating back as far as the 1700s. It is also allegedly full of numerous ghostly apparitions, and visitors have described hearing unexplained tapping sounds and seeing floating orbs of light. There is one particular spirit who is said to make regular appearances, and he is also the reason for Pine Hill Cemetery's gruesome nickname. Abel Blood was a devout Christian man who was laid to rest in Pine Hill Cemetery in 1867 next to his wife, Betsy Blood. That would be a weird name to have, wouldn't it? My name is Betsy Blood.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, is that why they call it Blood Cemetery?
Yeah.
Oh. It's less sinister than I thought.
Yeah. It is said that the Blood family was murdered, but this has never been proven as actual fact. What does seem to be apparent, though, is that Abel Blood remains in the cemetery in the form of a malevolent entity that scares the wits out of those who come to visit the burial ground. There is also a strange legend linked to Abel Blood's headstone. It bears a carving of a hand with the index finger pointing up towards heaven. However, if you dare to visit his grave at night, it is said that this grave marker changes color and that the finger points downward.
Ooh, weird.
That's weird.
I don't like that.
Isle of Shoals. The Isle of Shoals is a group of islands off the coast of Portsmouth and is considered to be one of the most haunted areas in New Hampshire, with numerous ghost sightings on 9 of the islands. Boone Island Lighthouse is haunted by an unknown spirit who opens and closes doors, as well as running up and down the stairs. Boone Island is said to host a sad lady dressed in white who wanders the island, and there are also sightings of the Isidore, a ghost ship that wrecked among the islands in 1843. These are just some of the spooky tales connected to the islands.
That is creepy. And hearing footsteps that have no, origin, seemingly.
Yeah.
Is one thing and scary, but hearing running
Oh,
footsteps
No.
is so much creepier.
Especially if it sounds like they're running towards you or
yeah,
something,
like down
but
the
you can't
stairs.
see anything.
No, that is
no.
scary.
I don't like it.
No.
New Hampshire State Hospital. New Hampshire State Hospital in Concord was originally known as the decidedly more creepy name New Hampshire Asylum for the Insane when it first opened, and it has very similar history to some of the other asylums in New England, such as Danvers State Hospital in Massachusetts. In short, the conditions here were brutal, and patients were neglected, abused, tortured, and even experimented on. Like so many asylums of the time, New Hampshire State Hospital was closed down amidst allegations about the lack of care given to patients. However, not before this pain and suffering left a permanent scar on the building. Although the hospital now lies abandoned, it is certainly not empty. Those who have come to visit report hearing phantom footsteps and disembodied screams. They have encountered cold spots and seen objects pushed off tables or shelves by unseen hands. The elevators have also started working all on their own, and anyone who visits say that they feel a constant feeling that someone is watching them very closely. It is not at all surprising that this old asylum is one of the most haunted places in New Hampshire. I don't like that.
No, that is creepy.
Yeah. Mount Washington Hotel. Construction on the Mount Washington Hotel began in 1900 and was completed in 1902. The hotel was the largest wooden building in New England and was a pet project of wealthy industrialist Joseph Stickney. Sadly, he had little time to enjoy his creation as he died less than a year after it opened. However, it is not his spirit that is said to haunt the hotel. Instead, it is wife Carolyn Stickney. Soon after Joseph died, Carolyn remarried, this time taking a European prince as her husband. Carolyn died in 1936, and soon afterwards, staff began reporting some very strange things happening around the hotel. In the winter months, the caretakers claimed to have seen an elegant lady walking into the dining room and reported that lights would turn on and off by themselves all over the hotel. When the summer staff returned, they posed for a photograph only to find a shadowy female figure looking through the window behind them. Carolyn's old room, number 314, is said to be the most haunted, which is not at all surprising considering her giant 4-poster bed is still in the room.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yes. I wonder if that's that one from Ghost Hunters. No, that was a
princess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She married a prince, but that
Yeah,
kind of sounds the same.
kind of. Did you see that Ghost Hunters is not coming back, but Jason and Steve?
They're doing a new one.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the new one's
I
called?
don't remember.
Yeah, and it's on the Travel Channel. It's not on Sci-Fi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember what it was called, but
Because I was thinking when I saw it, I don't know if I get Travel Channel or not.
oh,
I don't think I do.
Travel Channel, you can find a lot of their stuff on YouTube.
Oh, can you?
I don't know if it's the new stuff,
Oh.
but all right, well, good deal. New Hampshire.
Yep.
All right, this week, I did a few creepy kiddos again. I got creepy things that kids have said. Okay, I like these. So my first one, my son, and listen, because almost every single story that I have, these kids are 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah, which I think that is when they are old enough to verbally express that something's weird.
Uh-huh.
And they're still young enough to still see things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, my son at 5 years old, Daddy, I'm going to eat you up. I said, aw. He said, yeah, I'm going to cut you into little pieces.
Oh.
That took a turn.
I think that would make me angry. I think my child would be in timeout.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
Go stand in the corner. You are not going to eat me up or cut me into pieces. You'll be grounded.
My daughter was about 5 when she said, you're the best mommy I ever had. I said, I'm the only mommy you've ever had. She looks at me and says, no, you're the third one, but I like you the best.
Oh, gosh.
The third one. That's creepy.
Yes, it is.
Walking with my 2-year-old in a cemetery by our house, she says, Mommy, who's that man in the red jacket by the stone house? She pointed to a mausoleum. There was no one else in the cemetery. He's waving at me. She waved back. Oh, he's coming over to talk.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God, that's creepy.
Like, run to the car, run to the car.
Get away from the man in the red jacket. Next one, I walked in on my lass turning all of her stuffed animals around. What are you doing? She said, I can't sleep with all these eyes watching me. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, no. No.
That is creepy. Next one, I was hiking alone in the woods with my son, who was 7. It was eerie quiet. Out of nowhere, he says, the woods demand a sacrifice.
Oh, my God. I'd be like, here, take off.
Okay, you stay here. I'll be back.
I gotta go. I forgot something in the car. I'll be right back. I promise.
Next one, she says, we're all going to die. I said, I know, sweetie. That's just a part of... You're going to die tomorrow.
Oh, no. What a brat.
My daughter told me that the quote-unquote place where she was born, had a bunch of babies waiting to be born, except they aren't babies there. They're all 5, and they pick their mom, and then they go in their tummy. That's weird.
Yes, it is.
One of my kiddos drew a picture of an airplane and then said, all the people in the airplane are trapped. I said, what? She then drew orange flames everywhere and red blood everywhere else and said they all died and no one would ever find them.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. This one's creepy. My twins in unison. We see everything you do. Everything. Me. Okay. That's creepy.
You see me beating your ass? You see that?
Oh God. Okay. When my daughter was 2, I found her under the table with one of my husband's old children's books. She was turning the pages as if she was being read to. I asked her what she was doing. She said, reading with Grandma. My husband's mother died 2 years before she was born. It was her book.
Aw. That's sweet.
I know. My mom went upstairs for a nap. My middle son asked her if she was happy she'd be seeing Jesus soon.
Oh. That's not good.
My 20-month-year-old son, in a strong British accent, said, Mother, I'm very cross with you. We are not British and have no friends with that accent. When my twins were born, one of them took longer to talk. When she did start, it was fluent Spanish,
What?
which we don't speak at home, nor does anyone who we have come in contact at the time.
See, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Well, how did they know it was fluent Spanish? I mean, she could have just been making shit up if they didn't know Spanish, right?
Well, unless they...
I mean, I guess they would have to check into it,
Yeah.
but that's crazy. Next one. When my niece was 7, she asked us why we were keeping all the dead grandmas in the attic. Then she laughed.
Ugh.
What does that mean?
That's creepy.
My brother asked her who she kept talking to. She said it was her new best friend, Satan, and that he visits her at her window every day. That's creepy.
Not today, Satan. Not today. Oh, okay. Sorry. What is with all the memes or whatever on Facebook talking
Feeling
about...
cute?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, but it's really fucking annoying. I was gonna post something on the Facebook page like, please tell me what this is because
I
get
have
the fuck out
no
of
idea
here.
what it means, and it's everywhere.
I
and
know.
like, what the fuck?
It was
is
like
this?
overnight too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I don't know what this feeling cute shit is.
I
but
don't either.
Yeah, no.
It's getting on my nerves.
I know.
Anyway, I
It's
had to say
fucking
that.
millennial shit. I think.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys are young, but dude, we're not young, and we don't
Even
get
if we're
shit.
not, it's stupid.
It is stupid. Stop it. Stop feeling cute.
Because you're not cute.
You're not cute. Anyway, back to these things. Okay. My coworker's 4-year-old daughter always thought that the rattling of the water pipes in the kitchen cupboards were quote-unquote white wolves, and the sound always scared her. One day she was sitting at the kitchen table and said, "Mom, the white wolves aren't bad, they're our friends." Her mom encouraged her and her idea by saying, "Yes, the white wolves are protecting us. They are our friends." Then her daughter added in, "They're our friends, but not the man who crawls on the floor and stands by my bed."
Oh, no. Oh, my God. I just got chills.
I know. Oh, that's creepy.
Oh.
Okay, next one. He's not my kid, but my godson is extremely creepy. He likes to stand in his little sister's doorway while she naps and watches her sleep. I asked him why he does this, and he says it's the closest I can get to seeing her dead.
What?
He also likes to shove her fist in his mouth as far as it can go because he, quote-unquote, wants to know what suffocating is like, just in case. I'm pretty sure he'd be a serial killer if it wasn't for Mario Kart. Oh my God, could you imagine having a creepy kid like that?
No.
I think some people are just born creepy like that.
They are. They are.
Ugh, that would be horrible. Next one, I was sound asleep, and at around 6 a.m., I was woken up by my 4-year-old daughter's face inches from mine. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, "I want to peel all your skin off."
Oh my God.
The backstory here is that I had been sunburned the previous week and it was starting to peel. In my sleep-aidled state, however, it was pretty terrifying for a few seconds. I didn't know if I was dreaming or what was going on. It reminds me, when Tyrion was younger, she wanted to peel my skin off. That sounds really bad. But you know when your skin peels after you get sunburned. Oh, that's funny. Next one, my sons were about 2 and 4 when their pet goldfish died. I attempted to use the situation as an opportunity to discuss death and mortality. After I finished my explanation, my 4-year-old looked up at me with his big blue eyes and said, "Mommy, someday will you die?" My heart filled with love and a little sadness, knowing this was one of those pivotal moments when the first bit of childhood innocence was lost. And I told him, yes, someday Mommy will die. "Good," he said, with total deadpan expression, and walked out of the room.
Oh my God.
Later, when we were about to flush the fish, he asked if we could eat him instead. I said, "No, we don't eat pets because we love them." And he said, "When you die, I'm going to eat you."
Oh my God.
Creepy kids.
Stop it. It would break my heart if my child said, "Good,
I know.
Die.
I would
Like,
seriously die a little inside.
Yes.
Yeah. Creepy. Okay. When my son was little, he was maybe 3. He used to do this weird crawl where he would slide his forehead along the floor. That was pretty creepy in itself, but then one night he crawled across the hallway into my room like that, stood up a few inches from my face, and made a weird meow sound. He got into my bed with me and went to sleep. That's weird.
Yes.
But that's just weird. That's not as creepy as
No, that's just a strange child.
Another time he was freaking out about a monster in the basement, so we went down and saw nothing, of course. And as I turned the light out and headed upstairs, he said, "He's right behind us now. I might have peed a little." The creepiest thing he did was one day I scolded him for misbehaving, so he hid his head under his blanket. I pretended I couldn't find him by saying, "Where's my little Carson?" He slowly lowered the blanket and with an evil, dead stare said, "Carson is gone. I am Rick." I'm certain he's possessed. We never knew any Ricks as far as I can remember, still don't, and never remembered where he picked up the name. I think that's just another creepy little kid.
It is. They could have saw it on a cartoon.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. Next one, I was getting my 2.5-year-old daughter out of the bath one night, and my wife and I were briefing her on how important it is to keep her private areas clean. She casually replied, "Nobody scruffs me there," quote unquote, scruffs me there. "They tried one night. They kicked the door in, and I tried to fight back. I died, and now I'm here." She said it like it was nothing. My wife and I were catatonic.
I'd be looking up that word.
I think she meant because they were talking about her private areas.
Yeah.
And nobody touches her there. I
Yeah.
think that's what she meant. But she said scruffs.
Well, I'm wondering if it's a slang for something.
Like in England or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be creepy.
I know. I'd be looking that shit up.
Yeah. Next one. "So I shouldn't throw him in the fire?" my 3-year-old daughter said, holding her baby brother for the first time.
No.
Next one. My 3-year-old nephew was at my cottage. He asked me numerous times about the quote-unquote girl over there while pointing at one of the back bedrooms. The place is small and there is definitely nobody there, so I just dismiss it as a really active imagination. He has lots of imaginary friends. Then some friends are visiting and they have a daughter around the same age. She has never met my nephew. Twice in one day she asked me about the quote-unquote pretty girl while pointing to the exact same room. It definitely caught me out and didn't know what to think. Then at Christmas, my family was over at my place, and my nephew points to a picture of my wife and asks if she's coming to visit us here or does she just stay at the cottage.
Oh.
My wife died 10 years ago. Personally, I don't really believe in paranormal stuff, but it's probably just my logical brain putting together a bunch of kids' ramblings, but it definitely got my attention.
Yeah.
That's fucking creepy.
That is creepy.
And if you pointed her out, I mean, dude, there's no skepticism that's going to be acceptable there. He saw her, right? And the little girl saw her.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question, in my opinion.
And they didn't know that whoever picture they were pointing to, that she was dead?
Yeah. They were like, oh, is she coming here or does she only stay at the cottage? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fucking creepy. Next one, while not something my own child has said, but my younger cousin was around 5 at the time, once drew a picture of a black monster, looked up at me and said, he told me to draw this. He's coming for you. You better hide.
Ugh.
That is creepy. I just got chills. Next one, a friend of mine's child told him, Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut off your head and carry it around with me so I see your face whenever I want.
Oh my God.
Next one, when I was a waitress, I watched a little girl around 4 stab her plastic fork into her sandwich repeatedly, saying, die, 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 die. When I asked her what she was doing, her mom was in the bathroom for a minute. She replied with a straight face, I like to kill things, but my mom said I shouldn't, so I picked the ham because it doesn't scream.
Oh, that's not
Oh my
creepy at all.
God, that's creepy. Creepy kids. Next one, a few months ago, I asked my brother and his wife if their kids ever did anything creepy. They both immediately looked at each other and seemed surprised that I asked. Apparently, the last few weeks, they would hear my niece talking to herself in her bedroom. They assumed it was just her playful imagination, so they didn't give it much thought. One day, however, my brother asked her who she kept talking to, and she said it was her new best friend Satan, who visits her at her window every day. Her window is close to the ground, so they were seriously concerned that there was someone actually going up to her window and kept a closer eye on her for the next few days. Every single time they would hear her talking, he would go outside to her window, but never found anyone. They began asking her more about this new friend, and apart from his name being Satan, she mentioned that he follows her everywhere she goes, and that he promised her he will bring her a cake one day. At a late cookout at my parents' a week before, they mentioned that she took her mom outside to the backyard and pointed to a pitch black backyard and told her that her friend Satan was there and he wanted to meet her also. That made chills run down my spine since I was at the cookout also. After that, they made her promise she wouldn't talk to Satan anymore. Those were my stories. That's creepy.
Yes, it is.
And where, I mean, I guess you could hear Satan anywhere, just like kind of as a name, someone talking about Satan.
Yeah.
And pick that up and name your imaginary friend that. But, I don't know, that's
smell
creepy.
that?
No.
This looks like a fart.
That's twice that you said that. I don't smell anything.
Maybe it's my breath.
Maybe it's mine.
Okay. It is time for the witty wrap-up.
Yay, witty wrap-up!
This week I did Dumb Criminals.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's some stupid people.
Yes, there are. 2 men arrested in Houston were accused of stealing an iPad and using it to take selfies that they unknowingly uploaded to the owner's iCloud account.
Oh my God.
The men appeared in the photos displaying money they were also accused of taking from the victim. At least they didn't have to listen to that new YouTube album.
Oh my gosh. That's the dumbest thing now because people are stupid and they take pictures.
You can't get away with anything now.
No.
It's always going to be caught on something.
Exactly. There are cameras everywhere. And then people do stupid shit like that and turn themselves in.
Charles Ray Fuller, a Texas dum-dum, tried to cash a bogus check for $360 billion. To top it off, the check wasn't even made out to him. He was arrested on forgery charges and sentenced to 1,000,000 billion years in prison.
Oh my God. $360 billion, please. That's so funny because I know I've told you this before, but people have a very skewed concept of banks. And I'm here to tell you, banks are not allowed to have that much money in them.
Yeah.
They have to keep their vaults and stuff under a certain amount. And this guy, when I was a teenager, was telling me about this guy who got $3 million from robbing a bank, and I'm like, you're full of shit. That never happened. So yeah, if you're gonna write a check for $360 billion, they're not gonna have it.
What would you do with $360 billion anyway?
Especially stolen money.
People are just idiots.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable how stupid people are.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Polish author Christian Bala might have gotten away with murder if he hadn't written about it in his book. His 2003 novel, Amok, became a bestseller in Poland, but he paid the price when police noticed that the details of a murder in the book eerily matched those of an unsolved case.
Oh my God.
The similarities led the police to investigate further, discovering connections between Bela and the victim, including the fact that the victim was romantically involved with Bela's ex-wife. Whether or not he was inspired by the O.J. Simpson novel based on a similar subject is unknown. What is known is that he received 25 years in prison.
Didn't a woman do that recently? It was reversed. She wrote a book about like how to commit the perfect murder, and then she murdered her husband in the exact same way. Got caught for it. I think that was like recently too.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
I've seen that in TV shows.
No, this was in the news.
Not in real life.
I think it was I think she was that stupid.
Oh.
I think it was in the news. I mean, I think it's been a couple years now, but it's fairly recent.
A 22-year-old man in Mineral Wells, Texas, landed himself behind bars after allegedly posting on his Facebook page that he had more than a dozen warrants out for his arrest. The warrants ranged from traffic citations to petty theft and totaled more than $1,200 in fines. Things were looking up for Frank Singleton. Oh, that must have been the end of that one.
That one reminds me of something that was fairly recent as well, like within the last few weeks. That girl that taunted the police on Facebook,
I didn't see that.
They posted that she was wanted and like a picture of her, and she commented on their post.
Oh, God.
She's like, I think she posted where she was going to be. And was like, let's see if you can catch me. I'm going to be here. And they totally caught her. Like, arrested her.
Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, like she's...
People are stupid. Things were looking up for Frank Singleton when he was released from jail. However, when he realized that he didn't have a ride home, he walked straight into the prison parking lot and attempted to carjack a woman. He was foiled when he realized that he couldn't drive a car with a stick shift. As he was rearrested, this time for felony carjacking, Singleton told police that he simply didn't feel like walking.
Oh my God. Seriously?
He apparently didn't feel like being free either. So. Dumbass. A West Palm Beach, Florida man was arrested on a slew of charges and was perhaps a bit too honest on his arrest report. He listed his occupation as drug dealer and was charged with being the most obvious criminal in the history of crime.
Oh my gosh. God, people are stupid.
John Pierce came to realize the hazards of daylight burglary when in the course of climbing through a window, his foot became caught, leaving him dangling upside down in plain sight of pedestrians walking down the busy sidewalk. Onlookers proceeded to mock him mercilessly until police arrived. I would have loved to have been there.
Fuck yes, that's hilarious.
Eastern Idaho police say 2 men transporting marijuana from California to Montana called 911 while in Idaho after mistakenly believing undercover officers had discovered their secret. But police in Rexburg say they weren't aware of the drugs until the 2 men called on Friday to report their location and the 20 pounds of pot worth $16,000.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Well, they say pot makes you paranoid, right?
Yeah. Pot does
They
make
must have
you-
been
Yeah.
dipping into their stash or something. I don't know. An Ohio man reportedly called 911 numerous times, threatening to harm himself after he had downed an entire bottle of Everclear because his pet pig, Millie, had eaten all his marijuana. He was charged with disorderly conduct and later said that he would keep his weed out of reach of his pot-bellied pig.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Andrew Libby, a cheapskate porn addict with majestic hair, I guess he had nice hair, I don't know, was arrested for impersonating a cop and demanding copies of pornographic movies from an adult video store. Claiming to be an age verification detective, Libby told the store's employees that his job was to make sure the movie stars were at least 18 years old. The workers didn't buy his story and reported him.
At least he was trying to be creative, although it didn't quite work out.
Age verification detective.
How the fuck are you gonna... Like, you look at someone and be like, oh, she's not 18. For sure.
The dumbest policeman in the world, who was making some extra cash with drugs and prostitution, was brought to justice after driving a $170,000 Ferrari to work. Osman Iqbal, an officer based in Birmingham, England, was jailed for 7 years for running a brothel.
Oh my gosh.
That's nice. Let it be known that you can now be arrested for ballin' on a budget. William Anderson, 51, was arrested after attracting attention by applying for welfare while driving an H2 Hummer. Thinking it an odd sight, the local sheriff ran the plates and the vehicle came up as stolen.
Oh my gosh.
What is wrong with people?
They just don't think. Nobody, I mean, think it through. If you're going to do something stupid, please. Just don't do it or think it through. That's all I'm saying.
A 56-year-old woman's boldly idiotic defense in her trial for drunk driving was that the alcohol did not affect her because she kept one eye closed to avoid seeing double. She was sentenced to 2 months in prison. If she keeps her eyes closed, it would cut down to 1.
Reminds me of the person that was like, oh, I only drank at stop signs.
Yeah.
So I wasn't drinking and driving.
Oh my gosh. A stowaway who was trying to get to London after sneaking onto an empty plane was discovered after taking selfies in the cockpit. Airport staff noticed flashes coming from the grounded Wizz airplane, and Claudio Gabriel Costin, I don't know, decided to document his break-in with the worst selfies known to man.
Oh my gosh, at least turn off your flash.
2 would-be Brazilian bank robbers were apprehended in 2016 after they tried to use head-to-toe foil suits to fool the alarms at a Santa Catarina bank. Even if that had worked, the guys probably should have focused their escape intentions on the security cameras, which picked up the robbers as they crawled through the bank and tried to break into the safe. Police were immediately called and the 2 men were taken into custody.
Oh my god. You can imagine
what that looked like.
They're
Covered
probably
in
like,
tinfoil.
why hasn't anyone thought of this before?
Oh my gosh. And the sad part is there were 2 of them.
Oh my god.
It wasn't just one that thought that was a good idea. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine their like strategy planning?
I want to see when they made the suits, like them putting it on each other. This is gonna be so great, man.
notified of chemical smoke emanating from a park men's restroom and stopped by to witness meth being cooked out of a single pot. Justin Hill, the Walter White wannabe, was arrested and later released on $56,000 bail.
Oh my gosh. How can you be so stupid?
I don't know. This master of disguise glued tissue to his face in an attempt to hold up his local bookies where he had been a regular. Douglas Stewart also stuffed tissues inside his mouth to hide his accent and scrawled his robbery demands on the back of a letter from bosses banning him from the underground club.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
What? Shoving tissues in your mouth to hide your accent? Here, this will sop it up. What the fuck?
I don't know. A Florida man and woman spent 2 days trapped in what they said they believed to be a locked closet until police let them out and discovered that the door was actually never locked.
Oh my god.
John Arwood and Amber Campbell claimed they were chased into a janitor's closet at Daytona State College in Daytona Beach, Florida, by unidentified assailants. They were charged with trespassing, and Campbell was also charged with violating her probation.
What?
They thought they hid in a closet, thought they locked themselves in, and then the police got them.
Oh my god. That would be embarrassing.
That would be very embarrassing. A New Jersey man, Daniel Prats, was pulled over around midnight on New Year's Eve after he was seen going through a stop sign and also almost plowed into a police K-9 unit's vehicle. In his own defense, he allegedly told a cop, "It's New Year's Eve, everyone drives drunk."
Oh.
Prats was cited for DUI, refusal to take a breath test, and reckless driving.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'll work.
Everyone's doing it.
Oh, come on. Peer pressure.
This man learned 2 important lessons. Number 1, potatoes cannot be flushed down toilets. Number 2, setting off a fire alarm rarely solves non-fire related problems. After loading up his toilet with potatoes for some unknown reason, maybe there's a prison-style mashed potato recipe we don't know about,
Ew.
he pulled the fire alarm, causing the building to evacuate and the police to arrest him immediately.
What?
I don't even...
Isn't there something like potato whiskey or potato liquor of some sort?
I think so. There might
Maybe
be.
that's what he was trying to do.
Probably.
Yeah.
A burglar looking to make a quick score at a dollar store made one tiny mistake. He climbed on the roof of the store and managed to weasel his way into the ceiling, where he promptly fell in front of a nearby Houston police officer. After picking up 10,000 Q-tips for under $2, the officer brought the burglar into custody.
Oh my gosh.
If you're going to rob a store, why would it be a dollar store?
Yeah, seriously, get your money's worth. What the heck?
Captured on video, a woman shocked workers by stealing a flat-screen TV by stuffing it up her dress between her legs.
What?
The woman simply walked into the store, picked up the packaged TV, placed it between her legs, and walked out along with an accomplice. She did it so quickly, no one had time to notice or react, said a shop assistant.
Okay, that is fucking impressive.
Yeah,
I don't
it
care
is.
what she did. That's impressive.
It couldn't have been easy to walk.
Fuck no.
Crystal Evans, 26, and Denise McClure, 24, were arrested for destruction of evidence when they tried to steal a urine sample that was on its way to a forensic lab. The pair knew that Evans' sample would test positive, sending her back to jail, so they attempted to grab the urine before it reached its destination. The driver caught them and called the cops. Ironically, Evans' sample tested negative, but the sample she had to give after being arrested for the pea caper came up positive for meth.
Oh my god. So what? Did she smoke meth and get paranoid about her?
Must have.
Oh my god. That's the best.
Shaquille McKinney, a young entrepreneur slanging weed, was cold calling potential clients one day when he contacted Detective Matt Parks, who promptly set up a meeting with the dealer in a local park and arrested him.
God.
Minutes before they were to exchange vows, a man and a woman in Britain were arrested after the groom forgot the bride's name. Authorities said it was one of the most blatant attempts they'd seen to circumvent immigration laws.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna marry, what's her name?
Yeah, you know.
I can't.
Why do I have to say it?
Oh my gosh. 3 Colombian burglars in Juan de Costa, I don't know, loaded stolen rum, rice, tuna, and sardines onto Zavi, a 10-year-old donkey. Everything was going according to plan until the donkey began braying, alerting the local police. Donkey, you had one job.
Aw,
One
don't blame
job.
the donkey. He didn't know.
He's like, get this shit off me. This time, the one-armed man really did do it. Corpus Christi police responded to a one-vehicle crash and found that the driver had fled the scene on foot, but not without leaving behind his prosthetic arm.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Levi Detweiler, a 17-year-old Amish youth, ran a stop sign while riding his horse and buggy, which began a mile-long, low-speed chase with local police. Levi was charged with over-driving an animal and making this list way too easy to write.
He probably had no fucking clue what was going on. He was just riding his horse.
Could you imagine that car chase on, like, cops or something?
The most boring car chase ever.
It's like, dude, I could run faster than that.
Yeah, you see someone jogging next to him. You pass him. That's hilarious.
Oh, gosh. Poor Chastity Eugenia Hobson was so worried about her possibly tainted meth that she actually contacted the police about it. Officers at the Granite Shoals Police Department in Texas were trying to catch the county's dumbest drug users when they posted a fake Facebook story about Ebola-tainted meth. The post said, if you have recently purchased meth or heroin in Central Texas, please take it to the local police or sheriff department so it can be screened with a special device.
Oh my
Do not
God.
use it until it has been properly checked for possible Ebola contamination. Hobson, 29, saw the post and was understandably afraid that her meth could be, wait for it, dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
She responded to the department's post on Facebook, and they gladly took her sample in for testing. Hobson was charged with possession of less than 1 gram of a controlled substance.
I don't want to do this if I'm going to die.
I better call the police.
This might make me sick. What? Oh my god.
Police had an easy time tracking down Floridian Mac Yearwood, wanted in connection with an assault that took place over Labor Day weekend 2016. After he used his own wanted poster as his Facebook profile picture, one of Yearwood's friends commented, "Nice mugshot," to which Yearwood responded, "Thanks, buddy." Another friend expressed more concern. "Holy shit, ding dong, are you planning on getting this shit squared away? I'd like to see you again, at least before they find you."
Oh my god.
Cops in Stuart, Florida, north of Miami, used Yearwood's Facebook to track him to his brother's house, where he was arrested. According to the arresting officers, a bag of weed tumbled out of Yearwood's pocket as he was cuffed, and he politely asked the cops not to charge him for possession.
Oh my gosh. That's not mine. That's probably what he said.
Writing on the Stuart Police Department Facebook page, Captain Brian Bosio noted, "Facebook is a great way to communicate and connect with old friends and family. If you are wanted by the police, it's probably not a good idea to use the wanted of the week poster of yourself as your profile pic."
Oh my gosh. People are
You
so dumb.
think?
Dumb.
Before breaking into an apartment, Joey Miller and Matthew McNally decided to put on disguises. And by disguises, we mean they covered their faces in permanent marker. The thing about permanent marker is that, well, it's permanent. After the burglary, the pair pulled over by police and immediately recognized because of their hair. Just kidding. It was their faces covered in permanent marker that set them apart from the crowd.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
18-year-old Ruben Zarate wanted to rob a muffler shop in Chicago and demanded money. Unfortunately, it was mostly in the safe. Zarate decided that he would try again later. To save himself some time, he left his cell phone number with the store employees. That way, they could call him when the manager returned.
Are you fucking serious? Oh my god! You're like, oh, do you have a piece of paper and a pen so I can leave my phone number?
You're
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
god, what the
sure.
fuck?
I don't know.
Like, oh yeah, buddy, here, write it down. We'll call you.
Eloise Reeves stretched the limits of to serve and protect when she approached a policeman and asked him to help her get her money back for the poor quality crack cocaine she'd just purchased. She showed him the crack, which she had tucked away in her mouth, and he placed her under arrest. How does one know when crack has gone bad?
Oh my god.
A Kentucky woman was arrested after authorities caught her trying to shoplift merchandise while her son took part in a shop with a cop event. She was charged with theft of less than $500 and not understanding irony.
Did that say where it was?
No.
There, literally, this past Christmas, there was literally that exact thing happened in Greenfield.
Oh, really?
And I went to school with the chick that did it.
Oh my gosh.
She was fucking stupid. She went on this trip with her kids to shop with a cop for Christmas. And I don't know how she did it, but she put like stuff for her in there too. Like she just put stuff in the cart for her. She got a bunch of shit. She did it last year too, the year before. But this year she got caught.
I can't find the page where that started. Oh wait, here. That's probably it. Oh, it was a Kentucky.
This one was literally, it's the same thing. She got caught last year.
How stupid can you be?
I know. Well, she was fucking stupid anyway,
Well,
but
obviously.
But yeah, because I clicked on the local news and her picture was giant on there. I was like, wait a minute, I know her.
Oh my god!
And that's what she had
I've
done.
never seen anyone that I knew.
That was
on
the
TV.
first time. Well, no, I can't say that either because, it was her name. It wasn't her picture. But one of my friend's sister-in-law, she got arrested because her stepdaughter came to her several times saying that her dad was molesting her and she never did anything about it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that happened just last year.
Funny.
I know.
A police impersonator in Dumfries, Virginia, tried to pull over an off-duty officer. When the real cop informed the fake cop that he was a real cop, this is getting confusing. The fake cop ran away but was quickly apprehended and hauled off to a very real prison.
Oh my gosh.
Demetrius Robinson, 28, wanted to rob a Golden Pantry store late one night, but he needed to pass the time as naturally as possible until he and the clerk were alone, so he decided to fill out a job application. Not a bad idea, except he left his real name on the application along with his uncle's phone number. After he robbed the store, it didn't take long for police to track him down. He didn't get the job.
That was like that guy that went in and applied for the job and then stole shoes on his way out. Oh my god.
Amateur criminal and professional dum-dum Christopher Cron made every mistake possible in robbery history when he tried to rob a restaurant after it closed one night. Not only did he trip the silent alarm, but when ADT called the restaurant after being notified, Cron answered the phone and gave them his real name. He returned to the restaurant the next day and was recognized by an employee who had seen the surveillance video. Cron was arrested on the spot.
Why would you go back?
Why would you answer the freaking phone?
Oh my God. People are so dumb.
A man in Stockholm, Sweden was a bit upset when the 13-year-old girl he'd been courting didn't show up for an arranged sex meeting.
Ew.
When the teen stood him up, the man found her home phone number and called her father to demand a refund. Obviously, things didn't end well.
Oh my God.
I hope he got his ass
Oh my God, me
handed
too.
to him.
Well, it said it didn't end well, so I'm
Yeah.
hoping that's exactly what happened.
Police in California are searching for the bra bandit. A man filmed stealing clothes from a pickup truck while wearing a skirt and 2 bras. Maybe he just likes the way they feel.
Oh my gosh, 2 bras.
Maybe he feels pretty while he's robbing a truck.
Well, I hope he's pretty because he ain't smart.
No. Not content to fake his own death or leave the country in an airplane made from spare parts, authorities say a northern New Jersey man posed as his fictitious blind twin brother in a bid to delay court hearings on several motor vehicle summonses.
I'm trying that. If I ever get in trouble, I'm going to be like, oh, that was my sister. Brenda.
My blind twin
Yeah.
sister.
That's my twin. She's bad seed. You need
A Florida couple was arrested after they were spotted having sex on top of a 2004 Kia Sedona at a West Palm Beach auto dealership. Upon exiting the minivan, Bird and Mitchell were arrested. As the 300-pound Mitchell was being handcuffed, he spit in the face of a female officer.
Ew.
He sounds like a dick.
Yeah.
An Edinburgh man was jailed for 3 months after breaking into a police station and helping himself to a mixture of pasta, Weetabix, and milk, which he heated in a saucepan. I don't know what Weetabix is.
I don't know. I'm thinking sauce or noodles,
I don't know.
like spaghetti.
Officers investigating an alarm at an empty building found someone had broken a window to gain entry and later discovered 38-year-old serial offender Linton Frazier making the unusual breakfast in the kitchen. He told them he was just hungry.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening, you guys. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. Look us up on Facebook. Send in your stories. We want to hear them. Anything. Ghouls Night Out Podcast at gmail.com. And we will talk to you next week.
Later.
Bye.